morning, guys. Happy Monday. I did not have time to meal prep this weekend, so I am going to do a couple of foil packets, chicken foil packets that I can have for lunches, at least for a couple of days. So I'm gonna get this ready now. Then that way when I come in for lunch, I can just throw it in the air fryer, cook it for about 14-15 minutes, and then it'll be ready to go. So I have some chicken breast tenderloins, some broccoli blend. It was supposed to be the recipe I saw had Brussels sprouts, broccolini, a couple other vegetables I couldn't find this weekend. It was so hard to find produce this weekend. So I just grabbed this. It'd probably be easier anyway. And I have a little bit of avocado oil. And then I had so many seasonings and I honestly just don't have time to go through them all. So I just grabbed this Montreal chicken seasoning out of my cabinet. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this together and I'll show you what it all looks like. I'm using a half a tablespoon of oil on just the veggies only. So I did 2 of them. I didn't put any oil on the chicken, just put some seasoning. I did spray the foil with a little bit of cooking spray. I first was introduced to these chicken foil packets by Barrett over on Living Life on Track. So she has quite a few on her channel of the chicken foil recipes. I have a few, but this one, it's that easy, you guys. So I'll just fold all this up and this literally just go into the air fryer at 400, of course, because y'all know everything goes in at 400 for about 13 to 15 minutes, probably 15 minutes, I would think. Well, I don't know. The chicken's not that thick. I like to use chicken tenderloins just because it's just so easy and you can get, pretty even pieces. So this will be for 2 days, and then you could pair this with a salad, or I'll probably just have some veggies and hummus or something, so I have to take this back to work with me. But there we go, just a little bit of morning meal prep. I've been experimenting with making my own version of Starbucks's iced brown sugar oat milk, whatever that thing is, shaken espresso. So I've been kind of doing a little bit of experimentation. So yes, oat milk does have carbs. It has 9 carbs for 1 cup. I can't remember exactly how much I used, probably about a cup. I just use this for the topping. It does not have any carbs in it. I normally use my Nespresso. I do like a couple of the espresso pods, but those are so expensive. And I had picked this up based on a coffee recipe I saw on TikTok. And I like to use this in cooking as well. And so we're just going to try it with this stuff. I actually had tried it once yesterday. It turned out really good. I just think this is a lot better, economically a lot better than my other one. And then we need cinnamon and some sort of brown sugar replacement. So I'm going to use the Swerve brown sugar. The Sucre and Gold is probably my favorite. Now this does have sugar alcohols. You guys know I don't count net carbs, I count total carbs. But in this case, I'm not counting the carbs in it because it's 100% the sugar alcohols. Whereas the other products that I like to make sure I count total carbs, like tortillas, it has a lot of fiber in them. And that's the stuff I don't like to subtract from for net carbs. And that's just my own personal, feeling on that, because I don't want to get dependent on those, added dietary fibers and stuff. But this is just sugar alcohol. So we're going to go ahead and just not count the carbs in this. So this will be 9 carbs for total for this coffee, which I feel like is probably much less than what it would be in the store. So let me show you the first step. I don't have my tripod, so I'll just have to pick up my camera with each step. Put 2 teaspoons of the brown sugar sweetener, and then I put in some cinnamon. I didn't measure out the cinnamon, I just kind of poured it in there. Now I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of this. 1 teaspoon is supposedly 1 teaspoon to 2 ounces would be like 1 shot. So we're going to do 2 teaspoons and 4 ounces of water. I'm going to go ahead and put this in my coffee frother or my milk frother and make a cold foam out of this. I'm going to add in some of this French toast sweetener in with that. We're going to pour in 4 ounces of water. Now, instead of shaking it with the ice and all that, I just use my little frother because I also want to get that sugar and cinnamon all mixed up in there. And the whole point of the shaken kind of espresso is, I think, 1, to get the espresso cold, and 2, to kind of make it foamy. Well, this makes it foamy also. I know this seems like a lot for coffee, but this is so much cheaper in the long run than those coffees. So you see how frothy it makes it? Okay, now we're gonna get our ice. Have our ice. Now I'm gonna pump in a little bit of this French toast sweet syrup. You can use the brown sugar cinnamon if you can find it. You can get it in sugar-free, but I figure this is pretty much the same, I think, as brown sugar cinnamon. I would think it's pretty dang close. It's time for the oat milk. Now it's really, really foamy. I almost feel like I should have put it into another cup because that's foam. Let me go ahead and take some of that foam off of there. So I use 6 ounces. That's what I use, 6 ounces of the oat milk. So that's what I'll track. And then we have our cold foam here, which has been sitting there a little bit, so it's not quite so foamy. And then we're gonna top it off with some cinnamon. And let me get my lid on there. Well, I did not practice this in this cup yesterday. I drank it at home, so I didn't have to put it into a to-go cup. But I think I'll probably make this in a bigger cup next time and then pour it into this and add the cold foam and all that. But does not look absolutely beautiful. That coffee is so good. I feel like it's even better than the one I made yesterday, but I do think it was very messy. So I do think I'm going to put it all into a larger cup, and I didn't pour it into the smaller one because it was just too much of a mess, but it fits perfectly. And I feel like, oh, look at this. Whenever I wash my hair the day before, my hair is so dry and staticky. And I feel like it's such a better deal as far as calories and all that. I cannot remember exactly how many calories it is, so I will put it on that screen. Previously, I'm gonna build, now that I have my, definite measurements and all that, I'm gonna build a recipe in my Weight Watcher app. Now, also, I finally got calories on Saturday on my app, so I'll be able to include calories and all that now with all of my meals. So anyway, I have to head out. It is 7:23, heading to work. At about 11 o'clock, I had a couple of hard-boiled eggs with some everything but the bagel seasoning. Lunchtime, so I'm getting my dinner ready. So I have some drumsticks here. They do have skin on them. I'll take the skin off. I am not a fan of chicken skin, so after it cooks, before I eat it, I will take the skin off. I put in a half a cup of water and a half a teaspoon of the Better Than Bouillon. And then for the seasoning, I just used this buttery poultry blend. So I'm gonna cook these on low for probably about 5 hours. I'm gonna set it for 6, but then when I get home from work, which it'll be about 5 hours by the time I get home, no, about 4 hours when I get home from work, I'll check it, because it says 4 to 6 hours on the recipe. So I'll check it at 4 hours and just see how they look, because they are a little bit bigger drumsticks. So hopefully this is enough seasoning. I just didn't feel like getting all the individual seasonings out that was the recipe called for. It was like smoked paprika, Italian seasoning, onion powder, garlic powder, all that stuff. So this has, let's see, we have sea salt, and it also asks for butter, so I didn't put the butter in there. I may add in some smoked paprika on top of this just because I really like how that tastes. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see all the lemon peel, lemon juice powders, turmeric. I can't see the rest of it because I don't have my glasses on. So I think I will add some smoked paprika on top, and then I'm just gonna put the lid on and let this cook while I'm at work. Took this out of the air fryer, so let's look at this. Ooh, it looks really good. Looks really good. Okay, I'm gonna check to make sure that's cooked through, but I don't see why it wouldn't be. And then I'm gonna make a smoothie. So I have the Premier Protein, white chocolate raspberry, and some blueberries. And this together will be my lunch. Oh my gosh, you guys, this smells absolutely amazing. And here's my dinner, and like I said, I'm going to peel off of the skin off of these, but they wouldn't look very good for pictures, so I left the skin on. I have some of the Taylor Farms dill pickle salad kit, and I will show you everything at the end, the macros and all of that at the very end. Now I'm going to do a little dessert. This is inspired by, I believe her name is Jill over at Taking Weight Off. I will have her link down below. So in my bowl here, I have 170 grams of plain non-fat Greek yogurt. I did change this up a little bit from hers. I am adding in 4 grams of the sugar-free cheesecake Jell-O mix. And then I want to do 3 grams of the chocolate. But my scale was not really moving. So what I think I'm going to do in the future is I'm going to weigh out the pudding mixes on its own in a separate little thing because it was not weighing out correctly. So I finally just stopped. But supposed to be total of 7 grams. And then you're going to give this a good stir. And then I did add in some of the salted caramel from Skinny Syrups, which is 0 calories and all that. I added a half of a serving of dry roasted peanuts, unsalted, because I want to watch that salt. And here is my little Snickers dessert, and it was absolutely amazing. So here are my totals for the day. I used 19 out of 24 WW points. These are my points for my lunch, so it was 6 points for my lunch. I didn't show my breakfast, which was technically my eggs. Here are the points for my dinner, so 7 points total for my dinner. And then my protein by meals. So here are my protein totals for each meal, and then my carb total for each meal. So my carb total for the day, I believe, was 59. We'll see here at the end. And then the calories per each meal for the day. So I ended my day with 161 grams of protein, 59 carbs, and 1,384 calories. Thank you guys so much, as always, for taking time out of your day to watch my video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.